On episode 233, Mark managed to escape Manchester with something insane. Ian is scoping those flight details ASAP, and I am ready to go girl hunting on the beach. Welcome back to the Incensed Podcast. No Raising Canes this week. Out of the equation, but it's your regular trio. The chicken has firmly bit the dust. It is the usual trio of Masterful27, Ian Vassafal, and myself. I have returned, Pogo Miley UK. It's good to be back in the driving seat for 223. Boys, well done last week. It was good to have a ship passing on by. How are you both doing?
Like ship passing in the night. Okay, and actually, what you said in the intro literally seconds ago, I've already scoped our flights.
Yes, I've been doing the same.
I was telling Marky just before we started recording.
Flight scoped. Scope lead, actually. But
Scope lead.
Yeah. And where we're planning on going does beautiful brownies.
Oh, yeah.
We definitely need roads, though.
Yeah.
Swaddles. Yeah. Thank you, Mark. It's nice of you to give us the, the positiveness. Like, you've done well, boys. I passed 232. I think that was acceptable. Thank you. I did like that. That was a... We tried.
A plus. Well done. Stamp of approval.
Oh, my God.
Oh, thank you, Milo. We get a little party popper.
Just had it to my side right here, ready for the celebratory moment.
That noise makes me laugh. Like, we'll talk about road trip later tonight's show, but like I was chatting to these guys in Manchester, and they said to me, they went, "Oh, we even heard the episode, Mark, where you lost your voice." And I went, "Oh, really?" Yeah, the one where every time they asked you, so you were going. I went, yeah,
How like
that was a good episode. We reach far with that sound effect, boys. We reach far.
That was the start of the animal chaos, really, wasn't it? There we go.
How are you doing, bud?
I'm all right. Yeah, it's been a hectic last week, as I was saying, sort of offline, needing to sort family stuff. And then we had the road trip, which we're definitely going to discuss because it was a stellar event for all of us, I think. But there is a lot of other stuff to talk about, some really big info. So let's just jump straight in with the same old...
Slap on the incense, boys. It's time to go.
And of course, you know the good and potentially the bad reasons of why we get you to do that. It is so that you can hopefully get something awesome or watch a glaring bird flee before your very eyes. But you should definitely tag us across any of our socials at Incensed Podcast on X, Instagram. Threads and Blue Sky do still have account access, don't worry. The email contact@incensedpodcast.com or +44 759 269 5696 will be a WhatsApp number, preferably a voice message, or there's a direct message service, or potentially if you can actually capture a pigeon, we'll take a carrier pigeon as well to one of our 3 locations.
Actually, just aim it towards London and just tell it to go to Walpole Park. It'll find it.
The pigeon's like, "Certainly, sir."
Yeah, on my way.
Right away, tally-ho. Anyway.
Independence Day vibes that was then. Jeez.
Anyway.
I still remember the time a carrier pigeon left Milo a nice little deposit.
Oh, my God.
Anyway, before the pigeon chatter carries on too far, if you're going to contact us regarding an awesome catch, you must input #Shinies of the Week.
Could you please clarify that spelling for me, please?
Certainly can, JT. That would be SHINIESOFTHEWEE.
Could you please clarify that spelling for me, please?
Of which word?
Could you please clarify that spelling for me?
HASHTAG. Right. That's all the good bits and pieces, but we're going to jump straight into some pretty mega news jingle.
It is. It's the news.
So the news opens with the big news. Well, it's actually kind of not big news. It was big news last week, but the Pokemon GO team have announced a new wave of city safari locations. These will be happening September 27th and 28th, 2025. So just a few weeks' time, really, when you actually break it down. We've got some great locations. We've got Amsterdam, Bangkok, Cancun, Valencia, and Vancouver. This pretty much covers everywhere except, well, I suppose APAC have got Bangkok.
Well, I wouldn't go that far, but it's a good start.
You know what? 5 locations all on the same day. I actually think this is pretty darn cool. And we've got 2 in EMEA. and I know which one I'm gravitating towards.
I think we're all in the same boat, aren't we?
We're certainly going to
On
be in
this
Europe,
one.
I think.
We're both.
Definitely.
I think we're all on the same
Continent.
No, to be fair, Valencia would be great. The weather would be awesome. But I think we're all thinking, just because of ease of travel and what a beautiful city it is, Amsterdam is probably the one we're all going to be going to.
Yeah. And it's also the first Dutch featured event. We've never had an event properly, aside from when they did the sort of Kangaskhan and Unknown in 2017 at special malls across Europe. That's about it.
Yeah, and I want to know, before we actually get into the news, Marky, have you emailed Reversal yet?
Yes, I have. Yeah, I've messaged him. I'm waiting for him to let us know, because he's obviously playing it. We're waiting to find out if he's got.
Is the news.
We're waiting to find if he's got room for us all to sleep in his
Is
apartment.
he accepting house guests?
Well, he will be now if anyone's listened to us, and let him know that we're talking about it. But yeah, Rev, we're coming for you.
Gio, we hope you've got 3 cots for us.
Oh my God. Folding down like origami, perhaps.
Oh.
So let's just have a quick look, because we've all done city safaris before, and there's not masses different with this than with previous ones. So all cities that have been mentioned, they're all amazing. I would love to do You know what? There isn't a single city on there that I actually wouldn't love to do this event in, to be fair.
100%. I mean, obviously, just for us and the type of event it is, it makes sense to stay in Europe. But I did look at flights to other ones of those locations. They're not ridiculous, but I was eyeing up the Vancouver one, because obviously Canada hasn't had an event for a very, very long time.
They haven't. Vancouver, beautiful city, west coast of Canada. I'm guessing it's not an easy one to get to.
It's not
Well, not a cheap one
crazy
to get
expensive,
to.
but when you factor in what style of event this is, you think, I can't really fork out 400 quid for a flight for an event that.
And then the hotel, actually. To be fair,
the event ticket
Amsterdam's
costs
probably not going to
tenner.
be far off the same price, so to be fair. Cheap flights to Amsterdam, expensive hotels.
Yeah, that's where we've got to really toss up between Amsterdam and Valencia.
Yeah, we're not going to be banging Bangkok, are we? So
No, I don't think so.
I know. I would actually love to go to an event in Thailand, but it's not practical for where we live for 2 days, let's be honest.
100%.
Although you two actually did New York for 3 days.
That was a Go Fest, though.
That was Go Fest, baby.
Yeah,
That was Go Fest, baby. Technically, we were there for across 4 days, weren't we? Technically, but yeah.
Just
Technically
stretching it a little bit.
I am stretching it very, very much. Yeah, it was 3 days, really, wasn't it? But
Well, by the time you landed on the first day and then flew out on the Sunday, it kind of was
You're
3
right.
days, but it spanned 5.
this is a big one. 5 locations this time around. Scattergun, 2 in Europe, obviously. That's obviously drawn a few comments, which you'd expect across the globe, being a global game. Really disappointed there wasn't one in Melbourne. Sydney really put one on the map in Australia. I think they've missed a trick there. But I think this has proven that they might get the next round of events. I said that last time, to be fair, didn't I? I mean,
We can keep our fingers
actually.
crossed for you
Yeah.
people in the land down under in Spider Town.
Cancun is such a beautiful location. The actual images they put advertised in each spot, very, very scenic.
Very picturesque.
I think Amsterdam looks next to Cancun. It looks the prettiest from
I bet the backgrounds are going to look good.
Yes, yeah.
Because, of course, Eevee with the Explorer hat is, again, going to be the center focus of this with the research and everything, and you could evolve it if you choose. Good luck. It will probably be the 16 encounters across the 2 days. But different spawns, boys. Does anything stand out in that cesspool?
No. Let's be honest, right?
They do,
Because
I guess.
let's be honest, guys. Like City Safari is a new concept. It's only been going around now. This is year 3, isn't it? For City Safari, isn't it? 22 it debuted, didn't it?
It's the 4th wave, isn't it? But it's the second full year.
Second full year. Then I think for people that are relatively new to playing the game, obviously there's quite a lot to chase there. For us, as sort of day 1 players, you might look at Sigalith as a bit of a chase. Certainly that was at GoFest London, but very hard to get. So that'll be nice at that spawning and in 7 kilometre eggs. But I still think this is all about Mudbray, isn't it? For a little bit longer now. Skidoo's now be given away. Mudbray's going to have another year of exclusivity, I guess, through this format of event debuting in Milan.
Yeah, I think so, and I'm sure. Maybe with the exception of JT, who's in the background massaging Milo's feet, and Milo, there's probably chasers for all of us in here. And I'm looking at that and I'm thinking, I definitely need Fampy and I need Sandygast. And you know what? Siglith, yes, and definitely want more Mudbray. So I've got like a couple of chasers in there that I actually really will be focusing on.
To be fair, there is actually an interesting selection of things in there. You've got unknown A, B, C, and V. It's a stark contrast to Barcelona when Sandigas was the most loathed thing on that city map.
Oh, yes.
It can be shiny, of course, and now it's getting a second run, which is cool. But
no shade on
Olive,
Sandigast anymore.
No.
And there's Phoebus there for Mark as well.
For reversal as well. Yeah.
Reversal.
Yeah, they thought about reversal on this one, bringing him back. So that's good. But you're right, Ian. I do like a fish. So
that's it. Everything could be shiny in that list, which is quite good. There's nothing missing.
They are missing one thing on here, and bear in mind there are 5 locations, but I feel Sawaddle should have definitely been a spawn.
It would have been nice if they had one unique spawn per city safari,
Yeah.
Sawaddle belongs in
Cancun
Amsterdam.
could have had a fish. I'm not sure what Bangkok could have had, but
Wiglet.
Amsterdam could definitely have maybe Wiglet. Yes. I like where you go with that one.
It would be shiny,
Could be shiny. Oh, dear.
Say it in Bristolian. I'd like to see your Wiglet.
Could you show me your Wiglet, please? All Wiglets on the table. Let's go.
I mean, guys. We'll be honest with everyone listening to the show. Like we did Milan. Yeah, this is just Milan in a different location, basically. 7 kilometre egg hunt. The only criticism we have on that, they're limited.
Yes.
You know how that works. You can't chase them all event long. It'll be interesting to see if they give more EV encounters this time around. Maybe they introduce them in a different way. We'll see. That bit we don't know.
I don't think that they will, and I think I'm probably still going to be shinyless, although I will be manifesting.
I'm really hoping, because I'm like you, Ian. 2 city safaris, no shiny. Third time hopefully is a charm. But a lot of people have fed back and said there are plenty of other ways you could give out the exclusive EV within the city radius and keep it city locked.
It could be research. It could be
raids, level 1s, that sort of thing. So
people would raid it. This is the thing. Pokemon Go team, people will raid it.
Oh yes, I would raid that thing.
If you let people raid, they will come.
Yes. On another thing, you've got obviously the lure module bits and pieces. You've got 5 special trades per day and the trade cost reduction, and apparently that souvenir tiny compass from your buddy. That's a little token.
Oh, that thing again.
Yeah, not that. I don't think. I personally don't care for that. But it's just not my thing.
I remember the first time they came around, and I was gutted I didn't get one. But then when I did get one, I wasn't really caring for it anymore. So yeah, I know what you mean with that. The items do nothing anyway, unless in the future that might do something that we're just blissfully unaware of. But
that'd be nice, yeah.
But they don't do anything, do they? They just sit there, don't they?
They just sit in your buddy storage or like buddy collection thingy of that.
Don't even know where they are now. Where are they kept, to be fair? Is it under your buddy, is it?
You have to go into your specific buddy and then scroll down, and there's like a little box that shows you all the gifts that it's brought you.
Items it's got, yeah.
So,
one thing I do want to say, and I need to get this off my chest, and I think you're going to know where I'm coming from. For an event that doesn't have specific raids, they're selling the Raid Lover add-on again.
I know, this is the thing. People are saying, if you're going to sell a Raid Lover ticket, which, for Amsterdam is €6, just equate that to the local currency, I guess, per other city safaris. But it's a bit silly to advertise a Raid Lover when there's no special raids, because last time when we were in Milan,
the generic raids.
I didn't do a single raid when I was in Milan, so that €6 or whatever it was just wasn't utilised.
See, we did, but
and I know you guys were doing Shadow Reg Ice or something like that.
We were, yeah. I mean, the Enthusiast, don't get me wrong, that is worthwhile because there's 7k eggs with special Pokemon in them. But the Raid Lover is just such a waste. Put special raids on, make it worthwhile. If you want people to buy that ticket, yes, people are going to buy it anyway because FOMO, but make it worthwhile. Give us something that actually is worth raiding.
Eevee and 1-star raids.
Eevee and
Eevee and 1-star raids. Come on,
Bang.
do it.
There you go.
Do it.
Sorted.
Yeah, there we go. Done. City Safari.
Fantastic. Yeah, we're looking forward to those, and we'll decide where we're going and where you'll be able to find the Incensed podcast across Europe.
I've already decided, and I think Mark has as well. I'm pretty sure you have, if you're honest with yourself.
99%, yes. Yeah. You'll probably see us on the Dutch side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's nice to have one, and I appreciate it's not the same for everyone, and we won't dwell too more on this. You'll talk nearer the time a bit more about it, but, I think half the point with this is if it's somewhere you've not been to, you've not been for a long time, half of the beauty is actually not breaking the bank for it after you've had your Go Fest seasons, these events. Yeah. You shouldn't be thinking, everyone plays it differently, I get that, but it should be quite a nice opportunity for people to pick somewhere new because they want to spend a bit of money on it, or if it's local-ish, have a chance of doing it because they don't need to. It should give a bit of everything there. So, yeah.
True.
Amsterdam.
You can get away with these without even buying anything else and inputting any money apart from the actual game ticket. That's it. You can just catch stuff.
There you go. How about that, eh?
Well, we definitely won't be venturing to the side that, we might like to see a Wiglet being featured in Bangkok, but Wiglet's being featured somewhere else, isn't it, Marky?
It is. We carry on the news chitter chatter, but Adventure Week has been released, or the details certainly. And I think it's safe to say, without going into too much detail yet, it's changed quite a bit. I think there's certainly a feel that this event has changed from the halcyon days of rare spawns in 7k eggs. It's evolved, this event, excuse the pun. But yeah, Tuesday, July the 29th to Sunday, August the 3rd, it's an adventure working week. Well, I say that with 5 days, but not really. Well, you might have to work the weekend, I guess. But yeah, 10 a.m. starting to 8 p.m. local time. It ends on
6 days.
August
They're getting
the
closer.
3rd.
Ever wondered what a rhythm-based stealth game with dinosaurs might look like? Or a farming sim in space with zombies? Welcome to the Gaming Blender podcast. I'm Matt, and with my co-host Scott, we take a random game genre and random game mechanics, blend them all up, and pitch wild, totally hypothetical games you've never heard of, and maybe shouldn't. New episodes every other week. Hit play and unleash your inner game dev. No coding required. Search the Gaming Blender on your favourite podcast app now.
Yeah.
It is 6 days, isn't it, Ian? Sorry.
Yeah.
I'll ignore what I said then. A 6-day working week, which is maybe what our government might like in the future. But yeah, not that we work hard enough on our 5-day working week, but yes. Yeah, when I looked at the graphic on this, I thought, that's just a very poor new Pokemon on there, wasn't it? I looked at it and I thought it was Tentacruel or what's it called?
I'm sure we've had Tentacle already.
Yeah, and
Didn't that come out 9 years ago?
Yeah, but I looked at and my naivety a little bit. I'm not close to the new gens in Pokemon. It's not something that I've ever played beyond the first couple of gens. So Pokemon Go's taken me on the journey through the new generations. But when I saw it, I did think, have they released it with a costume? Am I missing something? It's a different colour, but no. Toadskull and its evolution, Toadskrull. So cool and cruel. Love what they've done there. Will be making their Pokemon Go debuts, boys. And we won't read it off from the list completely, but guys, we've got 2 times catch XP. We also have the incense that lasts for 2 hours, excluding the daily incense. But
nice. It's our event, boys.
Yeah, but how do we feel then? It's landed with a bit of a mixed reaction, hasn't it? I think last year kind of started the sort of dissatisfaction, maybe, dare I say it, with Adventure Week. This one seems to have carried it on maybe a little bit more.
For me personally, last year was really bad because the whole thing with Adventure Week, anybody who's played the game over the years knows Adventure Week was fossil Pokemon. And every year it had a new wave of pairs of shinies released, and it had the next generation of fossils. And last year they weren't ready to obviously drop Generation 8 stuff, and they still haven't got round to releasing the Gen 8 fossils because Gen 7 doesn't have any.
The roadmap.
So they sort of just took a back seat, said there were some shiny boosts, and put some things into eggs that weren't originally eggs and shuffled it around. And everyone was a bit like, well, this is dead. And it was a pretty dead event. Are you saying
you're not excited to see Snubble?
I haven't got to this year, dude. Just you wait.
Yeah.
So, in my view, I think a total rebrand is actually a good idea. And making an Adventure Week about different biomes is actually a really clever play, because it makes you want to adventure to a different place. So it kind of works with the whole theme.
Does that mean you're going to get out of Ealing?
Yes, I'm actually planning to go to the South Coast.
Oh, you're going to see Newcombs?
Maybe. I don't. I didn't make any promises when I saw him in
London.
No, I'm not.
Because the key thing...
At road trip, Newcomb said to Milo when he comes to the South Coast, Milo was
we
quite
said
evasive.
What our plan was, and we may or may not see him, I'm not sure. But the reason is, we won't bother going through the entire thing, but the new shiny that's coming with this event is the golden Wiglet being found in the beaches and water biome, which is great.
So you're not happy to walk up and down the Thames?
It's just not very thematic, I'm sure you guys know if you want to go to some place that's picturesque to film a bit of content, and let's go to a beach, it will actually be, even if it's chucking it down with rain and typically English, it would still be better than just walking alongside the river with some rotting rubbish and rats running around.
Well, I went to the Seven Estuary. Do you remember that, Milo?
Yeah, at least you've got a bit
I
more
thought-
expanse there, whereas I've got houseboats that are like, not even in the water.
I've got Skegness. Skegness is my nearest beach. No.
Yeah, it doesn't sound appealing
It's-
from the get-go.
I think one thing I can guarantee is us three certainly are going to be trying to find this hunt in this beach biome. I mean, I've already sort of spoke to my better half, and we've kind of said, let's do a weekend down in Bournemouth, and we could tie that in around being down there. And I think that's probably what it's going to need to have a proper good go at it. But I do think you're giving them credit there, Milo. You've been very generous with this adventure sense piece, by putting a Wiglet on a beach and saying that's getting people out there adventuring.
Or putting a Wiglet at the River Thames.
Well, actually, if you read it, it does say beaches or water. It doesn't specify you need to be at the beach for this one for Wiglet to spawn.
It's a fair point, E. It's a fair point.
I mean, you
It's
are
like with the river as
you
well.
are the
Body of water
waterfall.
reading that.
You'll pick up when water's featured.
I think, like you said, Ian, it might be like lakes possibly as well and areas like that, because I think we all did it, didn't we? When this Pokemon debuted in Pokemon Go, we were looking at the biomes, weren't we, on maps? There was an app, I remember going back in the day, I think Joe Beats, friends of the show, she did a little snippet on it. You could go on to like Ordnance Survey and go into each segment and see what was on the ONM, or OSM, I should say, or what was classified as a beach biome. So obviously there'll be random little patches of beach in certain areas, which, man-made beaches, a few of them appeared on it. So you had a chance of it spawning there, I think was the whole point. But if water's included on this one, because I actually did reveal there wasn't a lot of areas aside of being on the coast, I think that would maybe give people a better chance across the majority of the country where they are, because water, as we know, is more common than beach. So I hope that is meant like that, Ian, because that would be very
that's
helpful.
what it says.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean. I
Again,
hope it's meant like that, because that would be.
Well, I think it is, because
if
it's
that's
where
the
the whole
case.
map thing came in. And so people go, oh, you can just literally nip down to the river and have a look here. Or there were some random beach biomes by bodies of water in certain cities.
Yeah.
And the site you need is overpass-turbo.eu. That's the website, and you can run some commands and basically find where a beach biome is. It's an incredibly useful tool.
Mind, I thought you were going to start singing Overground, Underground, Wombling 3 then when you started that. What was that you said? Sorry, mate. The site you need is what?
Milo won't even know that
do waffle
song.
on sometimes, but
No, it's good. What is it again? Just-
so we don't waffle on too much. It's overpass-turbo.eu. That's the website you're going to need, folks.
Do you know the Womble song, Milo?
Not off the top of my head, but I am aware of it. I'm not that much of a fetus.
Oh, good lad. But no, I mean, I think this could give. That's what people. Yeah, I don't speak for everyone. New Pokemon, tick. A new shiny. It makes sense that they've widened it a bit because of that. If that is what happens, I think it's going to happen for what it says on that article. That's quite a nice chase, actually. I think that's probably takes away a lot of the focus on the other things that have changed on this event, doesn't it? Because Shiny Wiglet, I think a few people thought it might drop as a surprise at GoFest, which it didn't, and now we understand why. There was a roadmap plan for Wiglet, and this is it.
Yeah, and we can't ever really argue. An event that drops a new Pokemon release and a new shiny is kind of solid.
Yeah.
And free timed research.
Oh my god, free?
Yeah.
What is in it,
Free
Ian?
timed research. Well, what is in it is thus: 1 incense, 4 rare candy, 4
Wow.
whole rare candies. It counters with event-themed Pokemon and more. ...
That's all right. And of course, there's going to be some paid time research. You cannot escape, no matter how hard you try, and you don't have to buy it if you don't want to. But if you think that $2, or the equivalent in your local
It's not bad, actually,
currency,
for $2.
three
When you
lucky
look what you
eggs,
get,
4 rare candy again, and encounters with event-themed Pokemon, including Beldum, Sandygast, Fido, and more.
Woof woof.
Depends on how much you value 3 lucky eggs, I guess. But that looks like a cool event.
I think we agree. We're all probably going to make a few plans to do something around our lives to play a little bit of it. So, yeah, bring it on.
Bring on the beach.
Bring on the beat. Yeah, absolutely love it.
Oh, boys, I think we've got to leave the golden Wiglets behind because coming up, we've actually got August's content. And obviously, it's top line stuff. So we'll see how it goes. But the max battles, yeah. There's some new ones.
there's new
There's some
ones
new
in
ones.
there. I
You
mean,
know, Trubbish is cool.
yeah,
you
I'll
know.
take Trubbish. I'll take Armanite. I really want to hear the JT Piddle story, though.
Yeah, I'm curious
JT
about this.
Pidove. Oh, I feel, okay, I'm going to have to do a very rough description on this one, I'm afraid. But it was the final day of Paris Go Fest. We were in the Luxembourg Park, walking around, hitting the raids just after the spawns had finished. It was me, the casual ginger in the middle, and JT on the right, walking as a 3 between raids. And suddenly, we heard this rustle come clattering down from the trees. And Coop sort of said, what on earth was that? And I was like, confused, what's going on? There's like a thing on the floor. And we all looked at JT, and his shirt, which was a very nice, special kind of...
yes!
It was a special, I think, Growlithe t-shirt from Japan, like one of the Pokemon ones. So quite rare and exclusive. Had been obliterated by one of these big pigeons, and it's, it must have been its breakfast, dinner, and lunch all in one. It was unholy, the mess that it made on it. And it got his phone screen, his hand, bit of his tripod.
Oh.
And he was not in a happy mood. And it very quickly became from chasing raids to hurriedly trying to find him either some tissues or some way to clean himself up. And it was a bit
Tissues,
like he went into...
I actually have a confession. Mark knows this, but after the Sunday, the final day of GoFest in Paris, Mark, myself, Sue, Francesco, we went for dinner with Adam and Steph and Yaya and Izo. And we were sat at the restaurant. We sat outside.
Oh, yeah.
And you've got Mark, Francesco, Sue, and Yaya one side, and then the other side there's Adam, me, Izo, and Steph. Anyway, we were sat just underneath one of the blinds that come down, parasols, and there was a little bit of a gap between. Well, I was sat next to Izo, and then I felt my hand get a little bit wet. I'm like, oh, what was that? And I had bird excrement on my hand, and it had just missed Izo, and it was all over my hand, so I had to go and kind of wash up. But for the whole dinner, Izo was just scared that the bird was going to come back and get revenge on her.
And you know what was funny, Milo, is Yaya's given plenty of opportunity to do the gentlemanly thing, and he just goes, "No, I'm staying here. It's all right."
Yeah, I'm taking the seat that's covered. Thank you very much.
But Izo was safe. It decided to attack
the Vasa.
Yes.
Poor Vasa.
Speaking of Vasa, the water didn't actually do the best job to get rid of the staining. So JT looked like he'd been attacked by a squid. It was really bad on his hand, but it really did get inked. But luckily, we were able to clean up the shirt when he got back here to mine, and actually, it's a-okay now. But it was a cataclysmic event to end Paris. But don't worry, folks.
Back to the Max battles. Which are you the most excited about these 4?
September the 1st to the 7th, Pidove is the featured D-Max Mon. There you go. There's the tie-in.
Yeah, of the 4, I think I'm actually the most excited about D-Max Trubbish, because I still only have one shiny Trubbish after all these years, and I just really would like another one, even if it's Dynamaxable.
I can't believe that, Ian. You've still only got one, have you?
Yeah,
one bag of trash.
So many Trubbish.
I can hear Kev.
You're excited about the Chansey, aren't you, Mark? Sure.
No, I can hear Ken going giggity in the backdrop. Chansey.
Giggity.
Yeah, Chansey's in there, isn't it? Back end of August, and we've heard about the other one.
I just thought, if Ken's going giggity, does that mean Milo has to do his impression?
Yes,
because they're both from Family Guy, aren't they?
Oh yeah. You go on.
Shall we move it on, boys?
There we go.
I think we should.
So we also have 5-star raids, guys, in August.
Oh, Francesco is going to be so excited, isn't he?
Guess what he loves to... Sorry, I'm yawning. Oh, goodness.
So how exciting they are.
No, Ian, you're absolutely right. He will be, because Lugia's coming back. He loves his Lugia, does that boy? Yeah.
Lugia is coming back, but I thought Francesco would get so excited because the Pokemon that he couldn't get the non-shiny version of last year in Madrid, he's going to be back in the 5-star raids. Francesco will be like, oh, what is this black one? I've never seen one before.
What is this black one? Well, however he
the
feels
Cosmo
about
we're talking about.
Yeah, they do bookend Ho-Oh, and everyone loves a Ho-Oh bus. Or was that a hop-on bus? Sorry. But a Ho-Ho.
Yeah.
Nothing to really write home about. I think the cross will be fun, though. The cross will obviously be shiny.
It is a
as well.
pity that Ho-Oh isn't spawning during City Safari, because a Ho-Oh in Amsterdam would be quite jokes.
That would be amusing.
It would be, to be fair.
And yeah, if those tier 5 raids don't really wet your whistle, then you know what? Mark is the mega connoisseur, but I think for once I'm actually going to go and actually talk about these. And oh my god, the There's one maybe decent mega that is going to be out during August, and I would say that's probably Mega Salamence. Because do you really need any more Pidgeots? Let's be honest, boys.
No. Do you,
No.
do you need Slowbro or Ampharos?
Oh,
They're struggling here, aren't they, guys? It's a bit of a struggle.
but it's not like they don't still have megas to release.
Yeah, where's,
Milo's itching for Mega Camerupt. I see him every week waiting for the
I
announcement.
want that oversized camel volcano. Bring it on.
Camel volcano.
But maybe, boys, I'm just throwing this in here, we might get it. I know we're going to the tail end of the events, but August the 31st is going to be a Mega Raid Day.
Mega Raid Day.
And there's not very many Megas to choose from. There's Camerupt, Sharpedo, Metagross. They're definitely not going to throw in Mewtwo X
we
and
say
Y.
there's not a lot to pick out of, and there isn't. But looking... we say this every month, but August's calendar is looking as busy, if not busier, than July was, than June was, than May was. You know what I'm saying? The months are getting busier and busier. And I'm looking at this thinking, well, what really is probably going to be the best event out of this? And, well, it's definitely not going to be August Community. Sorry, Kestrel. We all love Rookidee. People voted for it. It won. But it's just got the worst bonus in the world.
Nothing would be preferable, genuinely.
Yeah, I mean, a hatch bonus.
Quarter
Who
rate
needs
distance.
it? Seriously, yeah.
And also, since it's shiny, just got released earlier this week with the steel and
Kind
scales.
of stolen Rookidee's Comday Thunder, hasn't it, really?
Yeah, vote for the Community Day, except we're dropping the shiny 5 weeks before the Community Day. Interesting.
And do you know what their answer will be? Oh, roadmap. It was always planned.
Their answer would be
7 years ago.
It worked for Snivy, so don't be so.
Yeah,
It worked once.
My favourite events. I like Hatch Days. I'm curious about the 9th of August. The only thing I
What
do,
baby's left?
well, it's probably be Igglybuff, isn't it?
Yeah, that's due a hatch day, I think. Oh, no.
Or Bonsley?
Bonsley.
Baby Wood event.
And just scanning through, I mean, in just a couple of weeks, we've got the GMax Butterfree, which is a max battle day. Now, that actually is probably worth doing one or two, but there's a better GMax coming later in the month, isn't there?
Well, this is the thing. Is that the Butterfree Max Battle Day is a cool design, but it's going to be your best chance of getting the shiny, I think, because of the boosts and stuff on it.
Well, it's boosted for that, obviously, yeah.
You're right. But there are some interesting titles for the future events. We've got Sweet Swarm and Cozy Companions.
That's you and JT.
I'm hoping we get Slack Off with the visor back. That'd be
You
nice.
two are cozy companions, aren't you?
All too cozy.
What we heard. I mean, there's a
what we
question
saw.
mark event on the 10th of August.
Yeah, but apparently that's going to be an unknown question mark raid day, apparently.
Dark Skies actually could be an interesting event. We'll see what they come up with that one.
Yeah, we've got the World Championships as well. That'll be fun.
Yeah,
So that'll be
anyone
something-
that's going to Anaheim, have a great time.
Yeah, and anyone who isn't, just don't play GBL, and then you'll be all right. You'll be having a good old time.
You mentioned the triple question mark in, but on the save the dates, it's actually meant to be a raid day.
There we
Oh,
go.
okay.
So I don't know why it's question mark because it's meant to be a raid day.
So we've got a hatch day on August the 9th, and then a raid day the very following day.
It'll be unknown themed, Ian.
Yeah.
It'll be an unknown hatch day and an unknown
Mega unknown.
Mega unknown raid day.
And I think the only real event we've not mentioned by name is, again, one that is quite Milo and JT specific, Sun-Kissed Shores.
I can't wait for that one. It's going to be so good. The one we tried to stay clear of, unfortunately, is the Go Battle weekend tied into the World Championships.
Yeah, don't do it. Go and watch our 3-minute video of Got Baguettes, lads.
There's more enjoyment.
That's the
there.
only GBL you ever need in your life.
And that's August, boys. I mean, what are we thinking other than another busy month?
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth, Ian. Another
I can't even talk.
Yeah.
August. There's a lot of stuff going on in August. It's summer holidays, people going away, bank holidays in the UK. Oh, I'm so
And actually, I've just thought, at some point in August, we need to fit in our annual trip to Diddley Squat Farm.
There is one thing we haven't discussed, though, and I think we should only really top line it because there's so much information and we can definitely talk about it in the coming weeks, is that GoFest Max finale, boys.
Yeah.
Because
Absolutely
the
agree.
Pokemon Presents dropped today and it dropped a new video teaser, which a lot of people theorize this but Eternatus is confirmed to be making its debut with its max version, which is, it's not Eternatus Maximus, that's something from Roman times. Eternamax Eternatus, that's what it's called.
And the event looks, well, I mean, firstly, Eternatus looks awesome. So that in itself is going to be big. I mean, people have been theorizing about this since, I think, before Go Fest. And it's coming.
It is. Eternatus is coming.
Mega Dragonite, which I've got to say looks terrible.
It's really divided opinion. I think it looks quite cool.
Where's Mega Dragonite? Is that
It's in the Pokemon Presents video thing for Legends ZA.
Its ears turn into wings and its ears flap. It's like Dumbo.
No, it gains an extra pair of angelic wings, but they're on top of its head.
Is that a new design? Is it that's just been released?
It's a new design. Yes.
Design,
yeah. I didn't watch the release thing, but I've just seen it now. That looks horrific. What the hell is that?
It doesn't look good. It really doesn't look good.
It looks like someone has just shoved a white moustache on its head. And like, that's really lazy. But anyway, we're allowed an opinion. We'll see what you think about it.
You're right, everyone's allowed an opinion.
Is 2 versus 1, so we win.
No, it's not a competition. Okay. Not when I'm the editor. I have the power.
Well, you do.
Anyway, I think we should get back to things that are confirmed to definitely be in Pokemon Go, because Mega Dragonite will eventually make its way to the game, God knows when. But Eternatus, quick thing, you're going to get one of them, and it's only going to be coming through the free Go Pass Max Finale, which is much like the Go Passes we've been having. So it's a free encounter. You don't have to buy the deluxe version.
Is it any good
no
then,
idea
Milo?
how much the deluxe. It's a dragon poison type, so it's a bit like Poipole or whatever it is, Naganadel. People are theorizing it's going to be insanely useful, particularly if it's like the Crown, Sword, and Shield Zacian Zamazenta, in the sense that you can take it into max battles, particularly since it is Eternamax Eternatus form.
It's quite a sick design, isn't it? I'm just looking at the graphics of it, the main pictures of it. It's got quite a swirl to it, hasn't it? It looks quite unique.
It's a different style of how they're doing this. So, there's a few things with this event which we'll discuss, but Eternatus can only be caught once during the event, and it requires much more candy and XL candy to power up due to its massive power. Apparently, the Go Pass is going to give you a lot of candy, even more so with the deluxe version. However, when you battle Eternatus in the max battles, that's what it says is going to happen here, you won't actually get to catch the encounter. You'll just be earning candy for doing it. It's a bit like Zygarde. You get one shot at your Eternatus if it's good or not, and that's it, you're done. So that may divide opinion.
Bottle cap it.
No word on another gold bottle cap just yet.
Oh, talk about gold bottle cap, sorry, Ian. I see you made your decision on it then.
Oh, yeah, like 2 weeks ago.
Jirachi. I saw that. Very good, Ian.
Shiny Jirachi, yeah.
Shiny Jirachi.
Yeah.
Well done.
Fair.
We hadn't finished that little convo up, to be fair. But yeah, so rating for energy and candies, sorry, that's interesting. It'll be the first time that's part of the game, won't it, to be fair, like that, in that mechanic.
What, do you like it, though? Because when you deep that, when you think you're wasting all these battle passes and potentially money, and all you're getting is energy, I think this could go south really quickly for them if they're not careful. Niantic, a Pokemon Go team really do need to be, in my opinion, be careful on that, because are people really going to throw money and resources just for energy?
The first time
it depends how much it's going to require to power up, because I don't know, I haven't powered up any of my mythicals really that have been rubbish. So Eternatus, no matter how good it is, you're going to waste the resources and burn the money physically doing it. I don't know.
It's interesting one, isn't it, though, to be fair? It's the first time that's going to be a sort of format of it, isn't it? If that makes sense. But that's the first time, isn't it? Yeah, I like the design of it, though. Sorry, going back to that point, that's the first time I've seen it as we're sat here talking about it. I do like the design of it. It's fierce, isn't it? It's got quite a wicked look to it.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah. There is one other wicked trick that the Pokemon Go team have pulled out. If you thought Go Wild or the Go Fest of recent years were an expensive endeavour, oh boy, is this going to be, as they say, the biggest event ever. Because over this weekend, every Gigantamax and Dynamax Pokemon that has been released until this point will be made available on very specific hourly rotations throughout the Saturday and the Sunday. So if you've missed a GMax Battle Day, you can now have a chance to potentially remote them or do them as a community again.
If you need your Kingler, now's the time.
That's going to be an expensive one.
Yeah,
Jesus, like
Even
seriously.
in person, it's expensive. It's
Going to be expensive, but I think we've said this before, and I know Coops, you say this all the time back in the old days. You don't have to do it.
No, because if you really want to, you can use the wild spawns and catch some Grookey.
Yeah. You don't have to battle all of these if you don't want to.
Gigantamax Grookey.
I would say just if there's something you specifically want, go for it, but don't feel like you've got to battle all of these, because looking at the poster, there's like 13 different GMax on the max finale.
Yeah, and all the regular DMAX are going to be featured as well. And if you weren't sick of them already, Crown Sword and Crown Shield, Zacian Zamazenta are in the 5-star raids for this weekend again. So they're back.
Of course they are.
If you missed your Phalanx with the train costume, that's back in the 3-star raids. And the 1-star raids have the Pikachus back.
Which it kind of makes sense because this is the Go Fest finale.
Continuation,
So a lot of the stuff has been brought back from Go Fest. And I don't know how I feel about that. It's just another.
Dragging it
potentially could be seen as a money grab. This could it really?
It does have that about it.
Yeah.
Because you look at the things. I mean, we're not going to list over them all, but the wild spawns. Let's just put it in plain English: is every Pokemon that has a Dynamax is going to have its regular version in the wild. So it's like, would you battle a Dynamax Beldum, or would you catch a Beldum in the wild? It seems a bit weird.
Listen, I'm a very positive person. Like for me, who's not been able to do all the Gigantamax raids because the accessibility was very different at the beginning. You know, I would look at this and go, well, I can fill in my Gigantamax decks, you know, because inevitably that's what it allows you to do. But like you both are right, I've recently taken part in Gigantamax raid days in person and remotely, and I find them both ways a very expensive endeavour. Breaking news here, you know, you need 2 resources to access these raids, and like you don't get them, and if you don't do them in person, you lose the benefit that you get from being there in person of what you get. There is some cash back in that sense when you do it in person, but you need the numbers then. Gigantamax Lapras was surprisingly simple to take down. I was quite surprised by that. Maybe that'll be the same as some of these other ones, and maybe you can save some of the cost if you initiate the raid invite where you are.
Well, the easiest way to do it is to set an RSVP, because you can invite people from the RSVP that when the battle actually starts, you can then invite people again.
Yeah, and the people invited via the RSVP can also invite people.
Yeah. But before we actually jump off this, because we'll go into this in more detail in the coming weeks, if you haven't done it already, there is a free research code that will reward you either a GMax, Rillaboom, Cinderace, or Inteleon. And all you need to do is just go to the Pokemon Go store at PokemonGo.com store, redeem the code GOFESTMAX, and then that will give you a branching timed research to claim one of those 3. And the very first thing that you have to do is pick which one you want.
Which I think is quality.
I do.
Yeah,
good
it really
time.
is. Yeah.
Can't argue with some free research. That's great.
Absolutely not. When we're talking about things being expensive, it's nice to get something that balances it a little bit. So yeah, absolutely.
So August looks like it has a substantial amount of good stuff to look forward to. Boys, something that has a lot of good stuff also in it is this quality game that we haven't heard on the show for many, many moons.
Well, we're going to play a game.
We are going to play.
Where's Milo gone?
I don't know, Ian, but he looks different.
Hello, governors. Ready to play a
It doesn't
game?
sound different.
In
It
it.
doesn't sound different, to be fair.
Oh my God, Milo's growing a beard.
A very
Milo's-
nice beard, thank you.
Milo looks younger. What's going on?
Younger?
Is this-
Wow. That's definitely an insult to the real guy. Oh my goodness, I'm older than him by a couple of years.
Oh, it was intended to be. It was intended to
I
be.
know.
JT Valor, welcome onto the show. We heard you earlier, actually.
Hi. Yes, I was hiding in the corner.
You've been naughty.
Yeah. Listen. You could put a pair of devil horns on that
He
boy.
didn't answer, Marky. He did not answer.
He didn't answer because he's the devil. He is the devil.
Mischievous.
JT, he's like when you want to make a decision in life, he's the devil on your shoulder going, "Do it, go on."
Come on, Sue, go to Bangkok. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
We're playing a game, which is nice.
Obviously, this game is all about shiny Pokemon, and who's here other than the Shiny King?
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't choose this. I just wanted to come in and interrupt some stuff
You didn't
from time
choose
to time.
this. You weren't
no,
sat
that was
on
all
my
him.
little lap
I
while he
didn't
was
do
writing
any of
show
this.
notes.
You can blame the other British guy.
The other British guy. Oh, you can blame the older British guy. He was the one who did it. I'm pleased you're here, JT, because we're going to play a little game. And but for our listeners who might not know what this game is, we're going to pick Pokemon from the game of Pokemon Go, and we're going to pick shiny Pokemon in particular, and we're going to do it best of 3. We are going to alternate between Ian and JT. One with the most points out of 3 rounds wins. If we go to a tie, we'll think of something. I think a draw might be quite credible, Ian. So we might let the draw stand. But
given the competition, I would take a draw.
yeah, absolutely. And I will mention a Pokemon. I will pick a body part of the Pokemon. I simply need to know the answer to the question is, what is the shiny colour of that variant of said Pokemon? But let's see where we go. So, Ian, I'm going to start with you. And I would like to know from you, my man, the main body colour of shiny Rowlet. So the main colour of its body, shiny Rowlet.
Blue? No, Rowlet. No, it's green.
It is green, Ian. Very good. That is a point for you. Oh, mate, it's not like play your decks right. There's no buzzer there. You know, you got out of jail there. So, JT, Poplio, you came and joined us up in G-Town. So I'm pretty certain you'll know what colour is the nose on shiny Poplio.
I thought you were going to mention anything else of his body. Uh-oh.
Really?
I thought it was a pinkish color, right?
It is a pinkish colour.
Oh,
well
thank
done,
goodness.
my man.
I thought you were going to ask about the frill, and I was like, that's what I was focusing on. So when you said nose, I was like, oh, God, I was not expecting that.
Oh, dear. Oh, dear, 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 dear. So it's 1-1. JT, I'm not that predictable. Come on, mate. You know me better than that. Or maybe you don't. But anyway, Ian, we're going over to round 2. I'd like to know from you, Ian. You like your water Pokemon? I want to know what the body colour of shiny Remoraid is.
Purple.
That is correct, Ian. Very good. That is another point for you. So, JT, I know you love this Pokemon because I think you caught it in Liverpool for goodness gracious, it would have been, was it Safari Zone Liverpool? It was, wasn't
Zone.
it? Yeah.
The second one where we got to actually go.
That was it.
2021.
A Pokemon that was featured there was Spinarak. I remember Spinarak. It might actually be the event around the actual main event. It certainly was spawning.
Yeah, it was
I think
the
it was
Halloween
shiny.
event.
That was it. It was released as it's shiny that year. So, JT, shiny Spinarak, I want to know what colour is the little horn on the top of its head.
Ooh.
I think that just stays white. I don't think that changes.
Flipping good in the ear. That's another point for
knows it
JT.
See, I was thinking he's going to say legs, he's going to say body. I didn't expect that. That's good. That's good.
Ian's like, damn, Mark, I know. Help me here.
Now, let me give Ian the third question. What is the exact Photoshop hue saturation difference between Mega or Blaziken and Shiny Blaziken? You have to know the exact number.
A113, A57, AB123.
Close. It's 1, 2, 3, 4.
He's a monkey. So well done. It's 2-2. Ian, I'm going to pick Pokemon that Milo was chasing on the beach when we were in Madrid. Crabrawler. I want to know, Ian, on the shiny variant of Crabrawler, what colour are its hands, its boxing gloves?
Are they? I want to say it's either red or purple. Are they purple?
The red, Ian.
And it was one of the other.
I didn't want to even give a face. I didn't want to give any indication if he was right or wrong. Because last time he did Rowlet and I made a face, and I think he caught on to that.
You made a bit of a face, yeah.
Bless you, JT. You're a good man. You're a good man. Right. So the final round is now
Can I
to
just
you.
do that and be done with it?
Let's test it for S's and G's. So it was featured at GoFest. JT, I would like to know on shiny Sandygast, what colour is the bottom of the shovel wedged in its head?
Yellow.
It is yellow. Well done, my man. There we go.
It's one of the few ones I actually was focusing on, so thank you.
I just said the body shouldn't have gone,
Black.
what?
Right.
Right. I would have accepted charcoal. But
Yeah,
no,
Black Sand Beatsters, man.
well done. 3-2 to JT. Ian, he's good, isn't he? Let's face it. I know
He's
said
good. Yeah. I knew I had no competition, but I also knew I was going to screw one of them up.
I think he's done this before.
You were
wouldn't
To be
almost-
fair, Rowlet, I completely screwed up.
Yeah, but you almost had Crabrawler. You said red or purple. You had one of the answers.
I
You
knew
had
the
the right
colours,
and the
I-
wrong answer. It wasn't like green or like magenta or something. Like you had the right answer. You just didn't pick it.
Yeah.
That's JT's motivational speech. I think that is available in audio format and very different things.
You have the power to
JT's
succeed,
motivational
but you also have the
book
power to
is available
fail.
on Amazon.
Thank you for coming.
Well done, JT. It's lovely to have had you appear from nowhere for the game.
I don't think I'm going to leave. I think I'm just going to stay.
That's fine, because we're sticking on things that are shiny.
Let's do it.
It's everybody's favourite part of the show.
Shinies of the week.
Right, well, I'm going to start on Shinies of the Week. This is on X, and this is from our man Jamie Gaming 2. Jamie's on a bit of a journey at the moment. Jamie has said here, once again, I'm still catching up and listening to episode 34 of the At Incense podcast. They were a different chapter of our journey, but stick with us, Jamie. Stick with us. And yes, he didn't get 1 or 2 or 3 or 4, but he got 5 Shinies of the Week and a hundo. Thank you again for giving me something entertaining to listen to whilst on my daily hourly walk. And yes, this is what he got. He got 2 shiny Staryus, which is nice, with a Stardust boost, a shiny Tortuga and a Clamperl, beautiful. Squirtle, maybe not so, but still, if you need it, well done. And a hundo Nickit. Well done, Jamie, and pleased you're still listening to us, and we're delivering the shinies.
Our next shiny of the week goes to B. Jerry. Had no luck during the Sinnoh Tour, but finally, on day 3 of the summer concert, and with more than 30 allures, Chatot arrived with some sparkles, and he got a shiny Chatot. Good for you, B. Jerry. Big shout out to you. Congratulations on getting a bird that you totally would not been able to get at home normally, because this is a Southern Hemisphere only thing. And also a really cool event. I thought it was fun. I didn't get the shout out, but it's fun.
Well, speaking of shout outs, my next one, actually, I begrudgingly read this out, but from the campfire, Strider2323 said, Milo look. Met Milo at the London road trip and then got this on the first Lapras GMax battle. And it's a shiny GMax Lapras. Don't see the stats, but you know what? A Lapras that's shiny is a Lapras that's shiny. GG Strider 2323.
Lovely to meet you in Manchester. Master Laxus 42. Anyone's got Master in their name, they're onto something there. But yeah, at Incense Podcast, I'm not sure if this counts, but was absolutely chuffed to get it after a not so fruitful day in Manchester. Yeah, 1 shiny background. Yeah, it was a bit of a struggle, mate, but we know someone else who didn't struggle as much who was with you. Not mentioning any names. 8 shiny Pikachus, been out with backgrounds. But yes, the first shiny Tapu, it was a lucky trade. It was a Shundo, Tapu Boo, lucky trade. And the shiny Pikachu with the Mancunian backdrop. Well done, mate. And once again, lovely to meet you and your friends. It was a lovely, lovely event.
This one's not a shiny, really, but you know what? It works. Mark Bailey here. It's not a hashtag shinies of the week, but Jonah got this catch card Pokemon from the free Go Pass. Can't complain. And it's a hundo Zapdos from the Go Pass with that fancy background. That's really cool. I mean, like a hundo of anything is rare, but then getting it with the background, and we're probably only ever going to get 1 of these ever. I don't think that's ever coming back. So super cool. Huge congrats.
GG's Jonah. I got one more here, actually, and Mark's going to get a big smile on his face from ear to ear because his bestie is reference. This one's from Walty Woozley. It said, well, think I looked out, Ash, so bad lol. Collection challenge, first check. It's the shiny Bow Lapras. But what I want to know is, it's a collection challenge, so why is he golden raspberry it?
He does mysterious things, Ian. He does mysterious things. But yeah, a woo-wooty...
But GG's, yeah.
Yeah, a woo-wooty woozle. Big shout out. Lovely to meet you in Manchester as well. Raided with you so many times over the years. And it was so nice of you to come up and say hey. And it was I think this is what these events are all about. But no, lovely to meet you. Thank you. And Ash, sort it out. Come on, you're better than that. Well, he isn't actually better than that, but, I'm just saying the polite thing. You're better than that. Come on. Oh, what's happened?
Speaking of boring, look who is back. JT's got older.
What?
Sorry, I don't know what happened with my accent. Just went a bit haywire.
It didn't change. It was more the visual thing that we were concerned about, Milo.
Only the visuals were interrupted, were they?
Well, to be fair, you went a little bit quieter because you was further away from the mic because you slouched back in your chair and your accent changed.
I just felt the need to relax. But we would like to say thanks everybody who put in their hashtag shinies of the week or hundos of the week. There were some stellar catches on all of our socials, so appreciate you guys and keep them coming in. On a real note, thanks to the Florida man for jumping in for a little bit of the show. You
Tony
will
TM
hear from him
Where was
again.
Tony TM?
Jumping
Later. Tony
later.
TM.
It's a whole weave of Florida people coming on the show you have no idea about. Boys, I'm trying to pull this back on the road trip. We had the
Nice
event
segue.
for Manchester
Well done,
that
Milo.
Marky was at. and
Manchester.
the London event that Ian, myself,
London
and
town.
Francesco and JT went to both of them. So, since
Show
we've
off.
had an experience of it, and I think this weekend just gone is Paris, and then we've got some other ones later
It's
on
this
the road.
weekend,
We've
yeah.
got-
It was
and then it's
yesterday,
Valencia,
yes.
I think, next Saturday or something like that. So it's still ongoing for the rest of Europe. But what do we think about the event? Like, having played it a little bit, maybe Marky, you go first, since you got literally the first kind of experience of it among the three of us up in Manchester.
I'm going to say 4 words. Can you believe it?
We haven't uploaded that to the soundboard yet.
Do we need this soundbite with Nada on?
Hey, it's all goes with the territory now, doesn't it? It's fun. It's fun to be involved. No, listen, and I think as someone who made sure the bus, I kept calling it the bus, by the way, I was awful.
I
Unfortunate
know, and
slip
then you
there.
referenced me in your video saying Ian called it a bus. Like, I never called it a bus.
You called it a milk cart, to be fair, Ian. But no, moving
float.
on. He didn't. It was,
I didn't.
he didn't.
I just kept
It
calling
was-
it a truck.
Citation required. It was smaller than what we thought it was, but we didn't say it wasn't a
It was
truck.
an urban trailer. It
was an urban
kind of
trailer.
had to be. In hindsight, it kind of had to be. It couldn't really be a 40-foot trailer.
But no, I mean, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I was buzzing for this event. So let's take it back a notch, right? So we finished recording last Tuesday. I said to Ian, got to be up early in the morning. You know, let's hope it's a nice
You
drive
told me you was
up.
going on the train, and then you said you was going to drive, and then I didn't know what you was doing. Actually, to be fair,
You take an
in
ox.
the end.
Yeah, I wanted to trade it, but typical UK. You know, we don't make the most energy efficient and probably safest mode of transport affordable. You know, that's
Functioning
just the way we roll in this
Don't even
country.
start me off about train prices.
No, don't get me. Well, exactly. Ian knew where my head was, so that's why I was a little bit unsure. Left the house just after 5 a.m, got myself in the car and drove up to Manchester. 4 and a bit hours in the car. I was just really, really not sure what the turnout was going to be like. That was my biggest sort of thing on my mind. And got up there, parked within 0.2 of a mile from where it was, which was ridiculously amazing.
Ooh, nice.
Beautiful, and walked across and saw it from a distance around the corner of the cathedral gardens in Manchester. And I saw it and I went, I had a buzz. I just had a buzz. And I got there probably about 45 minutes an hour before the event actually officially started. I think the build up to it was really interesting because I was sure, you know, it's a midweek. It's the only midweek date on the whole of the road trip. So it was, how is this actually going to land? And what does that really look like? And, you know, we understand the concept of the road trip. This isn't designed to give you an event which you're going to play for 8 hours and feel like you're getting a fulfilling experience for the whole 8 hours. That isn't what this is about. This is about bringing an event, but if you're in the area, you can come across and play an hour or two, experience something that you might not have done in the flesh, and leave with a memory, you know, whatever that memory is. One thing I did notice, you know, without getting too far ahead of myself, was amazing vehicle. Once things kicked off at 11 o'clock, the atmospheric music was played, so it felt like you were at a Go Fest. The location was fantastic. It was in a nice public area by the National Football Museum Park. Restaurants, everything was in that area. It was all accessible by foot, and it built up quickly. And some people stayed for most of it. People came and went. Thoroughly engaged audience of people turning up to pay homage to the game Pokemon Go. And for me, it was really humbling because, you know, we've come a long way with this game. This wasn't about what was necessarily on offer. This was just about offering something for people to have an experience with. They delivered it, and I hope that that's what people remember. And obviously, we'll talk about both events. I can imagine they were very different in aspects as well as being very similar. I was amazed with the amount of people that turned up on a midweek. I loved it when you saw the kids with their parents when school broke up, then turning up and playing, you know, that window of new people coming in. I loved it, people on their working lunchtime breaks coming. I loved the people that came up and said, hey, about the podcast and that, and us, you know, just talking, wanting photos, signing things. Obviously, there was a random Floridan person that turned up and got everyone excited, you know.
Tony TM.
Tony TM, he was there, yeah. I've always said he's my favourite content creator from Florida anyway, the OG one. But everybody got a treat out of this. You know, shout out to Joe Beats as well. You know, there'll be other creators that were there. It was lovely to meet RA Pokemon. People got wind I was a Leeds fan in Manchester, which was quite dangerous at one point. It was good, but lovely to meet you. And again, this is what this was a bit of networking, playing the game, getting things, some exclusive stuff. I enjoyed it. And the spawns were brilliant. Everyone had the blurs on the poker stops. It was a decent sized area. You could go around and walk around and get research tasks. And it was all fixated around people making friends, which is a nice nice message. So I got value out of it from the memories and the experiences I got from it. And I thank you, Nicole, for letting me get in and see the inside of it as well, because that was a lovely little bonus.
The truck
right
we're
at the
talking
end.
about, by the way, yeah.
Yes, Ian, obviously, the truck. So I should have said that. And it got to London safely. I made sure I didn't touch it too much. So, yeah.
You didn't get your keys keyed.
No,
like we were saying a couple of weeks ago.
But yeah, the detail's stunning and that, but I won't take all of that away. But yeah, really enjoyed it, guys. So obviously I left Manchester, and also the backdrop to Manchester was fantastic. Oasis were playing day 2 of their 4-day tour in Manchester, and like everyone was pumping. There was people in Oasis merch, hats, bucket hats, t-shirts. So there we go. London, guys. Oh, and it was sunny, and I nearly got burnt. It was so hot up there, which flipping caught me off guard.
Shut up, Milo. Let's hear what you think.
I was going to say, it's funny that Mark decided to end on that note, because Saturday for London couldn't have been any further from that if it tried, because on that particular day, England decided, Ian will get this, Ian strikes back. Literally.
I referenced it as biblical because it gave rain out for most of the day, and it was meant to finish at 11. Then it was meant to finish at 12. Then it was meant to finish at 1. We finally got a break from the rain just as Lapras Max Battle Day was starting.
2 o'clock-ish, was it?
Yeah, but then it was like intermittent kind of rain coming through the rest of the day, even right to the point that I decided to leave at about 5:30. It wasn't exactly the most pleasant day, but that, Ian, I'm sure you'll agree, definitely didn't stop the crowd, because, oh my goodness.
Totally agree. The crowd was insane. The crowd was more than we could have expected. I mean, we're talking numbers that were very similar to the Ultra Beast invasion, or the Ultra Beast arrival, that we had a couple of years ago. The River Thames, the Potters Field Park, right by Tower Bridge, was insanely busy and very, very tightly packed, to the point. And I don't know if it was just me or if other people having the same problems. Milo was okay. He's on EE. I was literally locked out of the game. I couldn't connect to the game for so long during the day.
There were
because
definite issues.
And I think that's one of, we'll get on to issues later, but I think certainly from a very busy event like we had in London, there were no cells on wheels, and boy, could you tell the game was laggy. It was glitchy. I worked out I was probably locked out of the game for over 3 hours.
It's a long time.
Yeah.
I will say EE wasn't without his issues. Intermittently, I was sort of kicked out from the game and had to hotspot off somebody for O2 and then come back and reverse the whole thing and hotspot other people. So the sheer crowd, and chatting to our community ambassador, Vince, who also went to both, I think there was something like nearly 3,300 check-ins, and that's just the check-ins on Campfire. That's not including people who didn't check into an event.
And there were so many check-ins. That was just for Vince's check-ins, I'm guessing.
Yeah, well, there were lots of different
when you looked at the map, there was
events.
probably 10 or 11 different community ambassador check-ins there.
Yeah, well, they had all the structure of different things. Like you had like a tour thing and then a photo op and this sort of thing. So there were lots of different ambassador focused stuff on Campfire that you could check into, it was very well laid out and gave the people there a lot to do and think about aside from just playing the game. Obviously the gameplay was physically identical to Manchester, but it was a much bigger area in London. It expanded across the river to cover the Tower of
Both
London
sides
as
of
well.
the Thames.
Yeah, and a huge area actually away from the truck, which I think was a really good call given the issues with the connection that was going on.
That would make sense.
And the sheer number of people that turned, like Milo said, it was such a great sight to see British people turning up to the 3rd official live event in London. And so many people said to me, I hope this isn't the last one, because people were vibing, people were just enjoying themselves. And it was kind of, I think Mark referenced it kind of had Go Fest vibes. People were just really excited and happy and enjoying the game, despite the fact that for 60% of the day, it was sighing it down.
Yeah. I mean, we know that weather isn't necessarily a big deterrent for
not a deal breaker,
the
is it?
Pokemon Go community. Yeah. People were hiding out under trees or into local cafes that were nearby that accessed all the stuff. But there were, I think, 3 or 4 pockets of these gyms that had the Pikachus on them. So you could theoretically move around and go and find a different area. The same token is that people were roaming around to get the quests, chatting to people, and there were a lot of people who came up and talked to us, and it was so good to see the faces like Alex Nexton, who I hadn't seen since Barcelona City Safari in 23.
Yeah.
You know, it was so good to see so many of the regular faces and people we hadn't seen for a long time at this event. Thanks for coming up and having a chat with us. It was a jolly fun time. But all of them were saying, like, it felt more like a big event because we had the GMax Lapras sandwiched in the middle, and it sort of divided up the day in a way. Don't know what you thought, Ian, about that.
You see, I'm a bit ambivalent about that because the GMax Battle Day was good, but I felt that it very much did detract from the road trip itself because come 2:00, the community ambassadors were like, right, raid train, and that was it. Then everybody was just like walking up and down the river, just doing GMax battle. So it did very much take away from the road trip. However, yes, it did add that little bit more that people could get out of the day.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I enjoyed it. I didn't do the whole 3 hours doing GMax Lapras, decided to walk around and chat with people. But I will say that when they funneled, if you thought Pottersfield Park was sandwiched with people causing connection issues, when you sandwich that majority of people to a area along the river, oh my goodness me, the connection problems went absolutely berserk. And it was so problematic for some of the sections there for GMax Battle Day because they put in extra max power spots along the river. So there were 4 or 5 of them, but people were just going between, but that would obviously lock you out of the game. I got locked out of the game on a couple of occasions, so it's bound to happen. All of us have played the event. One thing that stood out as a bit of a negative, and it's just a sort of weird one, is to do with the backgrounds. Now, the backgrounds are fabulous, but I found it a bit weird that the research tasks gave you a guaranteed background on the Pikachus, but the raids didn't, even though the raids are the ones you have to put the monetized raid pass into.
Before you and the Italian turned up, I was speaking to people from the Pigo team. Now, I was told, and this goes against everything that we've seen, every YouTuber's put out there, and what people have said. Apparently, the backgrounds on the research tasks weren't guaranteed, although everybody that I saw that did one seemed to get the background. I'm not name dropping anybody, but we were told by the Pigo team that the backgrounds were not guaranteed.
Okay, well, let's hope they don't fix that before the end of the road trip so you guys can do the field research task at these events, because I ended up with like over 100 background Pikachu from the field research tasks, and the raids,
How did you do on the shiny Pikas with the background?
I came away with 12 shiny Pikachus
God.
with the London backgrounds, 3 from raids, and only 1 of them didn't have a background. So majority had a background. How many did you get, Vasa?
2.
2 of them?
Bear in mind, I say for nearly 3 hours, I couldn't play the game from like 6
Well, I saw
hours
you
of the
huddled in the
gameplay.
truck for the time that you were able to play the game as well.
Going back to what you guys said just very briefly about the 2 events, like London on a Saturday, Tower Bridge is going to have thousands of people going by it. Cell service and issues like that were always going to be
This
an
is
issue.
why they needed cells
thing.
on wheels. This is why
Definitely.
they'd have needed cells on wheels. If it,
Manchester
London doesn't have the best cell service
No.
at the best of times.
Manchester on a Wednesday in a park by a cathedral, not in the centre of Manchester, is always going to have a controlled different. It's never going to break the cell towers in a million years. You know, the fact you said you did over 100 research tasks obviously indicates that the map to play in was bigger, which makes sense because some people might not be able to access all of it. Same event, but just different map. So I did probably about 46 field research tasks in Manchester. I think there must have been over 50 of them to do. I thought I got most of them, but there was a bit that I didn't get to. And I got 2 shinies in the field research tasks.
Yeah, but you got the shiny.
I did get
The ultimate.
I did get the ultimate shiny.
Flex it up, flex it up.
So, who on the road trip got a Shundo? Not me.
Not me.
Flex it up,
Okay. Yeah, I don't know what I was more surprised about. It was my reaction to getting it or the fact I got it. Because like when I got it, I just went, oh yeah, 402 Shundo. And in my head I'm going, that is such a very tame response.
When
to
I
this.
saw it, I was thinking that is an Ian reaction there if I ever saw one. When he got his Shundo Chinchu and he's like, oh, okay.
I was so done when I got the shiny Chinchu, my first Shundo, and it was a goddamn Chinchu at City Safari Liverpool. No, seriously, I was so done.
Nice.
Oh, Mark, you know when you got your Shundo, did it say this?
Hey, it's me, Pikachu.
I heard that in my ears when I got it. Dave the Pikachu.
Hey, it's me, Pikachu.
It's a lovely memento for the first ever road trip. Listen, I got one from a raid as well, no background on it. But one thing I love about this game, and I will mention this little story, nothing too crazy, but there was a mum with a partner, husband, and that doesn't really matter for the story, and their son, and she's wearing a Pikachu costume. Like, so she's in this immersive Pikachu costume, and you see her bumbling around, and there's me going, I love this. We've got the Pokemon Go truck, we've got an unofficial Pikachu around it. Do you know what I mean?
David the Pikachu.
And it's so magical. And then they walk past us. The guy turns around to us and says, and I'll say this very, very politely, he basically highlights that this is all for their son. The fact that she's in this Pikachu costume, and sort of gestures and said, your life would be simpler if you didn't have a child. and then turn back around to join his family and play the happy Pikachu family card again. It was so funny. It was a 30-second snippet of, yeah, we're doing it for him. If you want an easy life, don't do what we've done. And then turn around and start smiling again. So, yeah, we're all here.
Let's go and get that shiny.
Let's get that shiny. It was so guys, come on then. So I didn't get any of the unknowns. Like I didn't get any of them, and I needed one of them. Did you guys look out on the unknowns at least?
No, I literally got 2 shinies all day. I can't stress enough how little gameplay I actually had, and it wasn't through choice. But the fact that I actually couldn't get into the game did mean I had more time to spend, one, in the truck, but when I wasn't in the truck, actually spending time talking to people. And there were so many people coming up to all of us during this event that, you know what, I know this is going to rub a lot of people the wrong way, but I actually didn't need the game for most of the day. So for me, it wasn't about chasing the Pikachus or chasing the shinies. It was just about being there, absorbing the atmosphere, and just being around the people.
And I think this event kind of lent to that play, didn't it? Because, like, you know,
big time, because it wasn't an all-day event.
No, and Mark is right in the sense that you could drop in and drop out at your leisure. You didn't have to be there for the full time, which was 11 till 7, I think. But I had a really, really fun time. I got 3 unknown R shinies, which were somewhere in the rain. And a shiny that I was actually more pleased about getting than any of the Pikachus, because the Pikachus were almost sort of like a guarantee, really. They were so heavily boosted, particularly from field research.
Yeah, Nicole said she got 4 by barely even playing it.
Yeah.
Wow.
I pulled in 2 shiny Fanfi, which was something I actually needed to get. And I was like, this is sick.
I'm going to it City Safari.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Fanfi, was that a spawn for you then, Fanfi?
That was a spawn, yeah.
That was a spawn for us in London, yeah.
Oh, so that was different then. We didn't have a spawn like that. That's
yeah,
Did you
Fanfi
not?
was down there, yeah.
JT saying what you did. JT saying you did have Fanfi in Manchester.
I didn't see Fanfi, so maybe he
You were
got
too
lucky.
busy looking at your Shundo Pikachu, I think.
Yeah.
Hey,
well,
it's
either
me,
way,
Pikachu.
It's me, Pikachu.
Before we look to round out the show, I would like to hand back to Florida Man, or as Ian and Mark say, just sort of age me down a little bit, for his take on the road trip.
So I don't recognise you like your stylist, but you were the person at the truck that was having fun. But how did you find them then, JT? Obviously, new concept of event. You've been to both of them as well. What was your sort of take on it?
Well, I mean, I thought they were both great. I know that Manchester was basically like the trial run. That's why they did it on a weekday. You know, it was kind of like a, let's see how well this works, if there's any interest, yada, yada. But, I mean, they both went really well. I didn't have any connection issues for the most part, which is surprising because I'm using a foreign SIM card. One would assume that I would have had it worse than you guys, but I had maybe one moment when I had something bad, and then I just walked to the Five Guys and it worked out. So
it always does.
Yeah, I
Which
don't.
Five
Yeah,
Guys was it? Was it any Five Guys?
I don't remember their names, to be honest with you. But anyways,
Five Guys. Very good, JT. Very
anyways,
Five Guys over
Yeah, I
there.
mean,
Let's go over there.
I think that The events were solid. Like they're free for one. I do agree, especially with what Milo said. It is weird that the free research gave guaranteed ones, even if they say that they didn't. But there's a lot of evidence to the contrary. But that's something that happens often with this game. Anywho, though, yeah, maybe next time make the raids guaranteed too, or fix it. But I'd rather you didn't, because it's kind of fun. Like from what I remember seeing, apparently the raids for the baseball games were all guaranteed. So how about we just make these road trip ones guaranteed? But yeah, the difference between Manchester and London was decently noticeable for sure. Like it was the similar concept, just bigger. So instead of it just being the truck that has 5 Pikachu raids, there was a playground/park down the street that had them. And then on the other side of the bridge, they had them. So the play space was a lot bigger than Manchester. And there was more places for you to go and, try to get the raids if you wanted to do them. Because in Manchester, you had 5 chances every half an hour. And then you were done, minus research, of course. So I liked them. I also think I was half alive for Manchester because I was exhausted. I literally flew from Japan the day before and landed at like 2 p.m. the day before the event, and then woke up at, I want to say 4 a.m. because that was 12 Japan time. But I got a private tour of the truck because I just basically talked with the driver and the guy who designed it, and he was more than happy to show off the truck because he was proud of it. So, I mean, I enjoyed it. I think it was great. And it was, of course, great to see everybody who came up because, that's partially why I go to these events, is just to say hi to the fans and stuff like that. I really do enjoy that. And I like chatting with people. And there was a lot of people in both of them. More people in London for sure. But Manchester, I was very shocked how many people were there, even knew who I was, which was nice to see. But for the record, Mr. Shundo, there were Fampies everywhere. I guess you just weren't focusing on them.
Well, was that because it's a rolling Pokemon then? Is that why?
Yeah, it's like the theme, They're going with rolling Pokemon, Geodude, and all that stuff. Sandshrew, even. Like, you click on a Sandshrew, he does a little roll and everything. So, yeah, no, I mean, and also, I don't know if you guys noticed it, but there is a timed research where if you walk 5 kilometers, you get a Varoom encounter. So you get an engine Pokemon. That was kind of cool.
Oh, I did not. This is what he brings in. Do you like that?
Yeah.
Just brings that.
We're looking at your timed research because you got 45 days to complete that.
I did get my Varoom from the research. I did.
Very good, very good.
So, are you likely to visit any of the further road trips throughout Europe, or are you kind of done now? You've done 2. Is that it for JT and the road trip?
Honestly, I am considering France, but unfortunately, train tickets suddenly got really expensive. So if I really want to drop that money, but I'm also possibly have some workarounds for that. But I'm considering it. I really do enjoy them. I think they're good. And I would like to, try to get a little bit more footage of the truck and stuff because I have a little side project I've been working on that Milo got to see, and he thinks it's all right. It's not the best thing you ever seen, but it's kind of fun. But yeah, no, I think I'd go to Paris and like maybe Spain, because I think Spain has the best background by far. Like, I don't know if you guys are allowed to talk about it, but we got to see them ahead of time because of certain people on Twitter or X or whatever you want to call it. And the Valencia one is just chef's kiss, so good.
We're not meant to talk about, but they are in the public domain. If people search Twitter, then the backgrounds are all available. So
there you go. And it looks good. Like Valencia, it's got like blue water and all that. Like it just fits the summer Pikachu vibe as opposed to downtown Manchester.
What was your background for Manchester like?
I mean,
I'm
pretty sure there's like a famous building in it. I don't know what it is. Again, I was half alive when I was playing that event.
I mean, the London one's better out of the 2.
Oh yeah,
Tower Bridge.
Tower
Bridge
looks
is
so
just
good.
A great background.
Manchester hasn't really got
Coronation Street.
or Old Trafford. I'm joking, flipping that. That's not
Old Trafford. Yeah. That's Manchester, isn't it, in a nutshell for the international people?
No disrespect to Manchester. I like Manchester. I mean, I used to live here for 4 years in the UK, and I liked going to Manchester. I never had any issues, but I can't think of anything when I think of Manchester and go, that's an iconic landmark, as opposed to, obviously the Tower Bridge or Buckingham Palace or any of that stuff comparatively, like... I think if you think of Manchester,
Trafford Centre Mall, I suppose, but that's
you throw them all in the background. That'd be kind of fun.
It really. And answering your question, JT, we did look at potentially going to 1 or 2 more. Paris was certainly discussed, but after GoFest there, literally just a few weeks ago, we thought that's not going to happen. At the moment, I think we're pretty much done with road trip this year.
Fair enough. What about you, Milo? I'm getting some hands that are mostly hanging in the middle, but the thumbs are slightly pointing down, so he's probably not going to those either. I'm looking through the wormhole, by the way. That's, yeah. Oh, and there's also other things happening with the hand, but we won't go into that.
Well,
This is a family show. We can't talk about
He's
that.
throwing Pokeballs, dude. What are you talking about?
he does like to do things like that with his Pokeballs. But anyway,
What?
that sounds like the road trip's over for us then. I agree with Ian. Like, I think we've said this quite openly. I think The Hague was probably one that would have appealed to us.
The Hague was, again, one we considered, but now we've got City Safari in Amsterdam.
Yes.
Is it really worth going to the Netherlands for that? Well, and there's just literally a couple of weeks later, we've got City Safari. So
No.
Right. Those city safaris definitely, I mean, it's not cheap. You got to fly to these or take the train for you guys, but you got to get to the destination. You got to pay for your hotels and stuff like
Amsterdam,
that.
It's way cheaper than the train.
Oh, yeah, which is very surprising, but I guess it's the same in the States as well. But no, I mean, the one I'm planning on going to, I definitely can't take a train to. So
I was just going to ask you, I know we're just wrapping things up here, but what's your plan for City Safari then, JT? What are you thinking of doing then? You going to Bangkok?
yeah, I'm heavily leaning on Bangkok. I really want to see Thailand. My family has told me multiple times that Thailand's just an awesome place. So I'd probably go and then explore more of Thailand than just going to Bangkok.
If you go, you need to go down to James Bond Island, Phuket, and just because there's some great diving down there.
I'm down. Absolutely down. I love me a good dive. As long as this cold goes away by then, because my ears I would explode underwater if I did a dive right now.
Well, Cancun, though. I mean, Cancun, you've got good diving as well.
You're right. I don't know if you're going to throw this in, because I feel like it's probably something potential that you don't want to throw in, but I was told by some people to be careful about Cancun, especially right now. It's always a place to be a little bit careful with, because it's the island area is a place to go to for sure, or the main stretch with all the hotels. But like mainland Cancun, from what I've been told by locals and other people, is somewhere to be a little bit cautious about. If you do go to that one, have a great time. The ocean's fantastic. There's quite a few good places, and there is a hop-on, hop-off bus you can take that takes you into the city. That bus will take you through a lot of Cancun and then take you back to the resort areas as well, if you want to try something that's a little bit more...
I think on a bus you're pretty safe.
Yeah.
If you go, enjoy it, but be careful.
That's good advice.
And have some fish, because it's delicious there.
I really want to visit Mexico. I've heard it's meant to be beautiful.
Oh no, Mexico's great. The Mexico City Safari was amazing. Absolutely loved it. I've been to Cancun a few times. I love it. It's just I've been told multiple times to be a little extra careful there is all.
Yeah, exactly. And you know what? When we had Go Fest in London in 2023, that was held just outside of Croydon in Brixton, and that's an area you really need to be careful in.
JT, thank you for coming back. That was nice.
No problem. It was great coming through. I'm going to go back through the wormhole now, and which means I was just 5 feet away, but whatever. Anyways, bye, guys.
Tell you, it was a very unpleasant 5-foot wormhole between my dining table and this desk. But again, JT, thanks for popping on. And it would be stupid not to have you on since you're literally just over there. But boys and listeners, I'm afraid we are going to have to wrap up 2:33 because we have chatted for quite a long time. You may not have heard everything that's come through there, but we've had to leave loads of stuff out. There have been tons of events that we've not been able to talk about. Com days and water festivals and sushi and everything like that. So if you enjoyed listening to this podcast, make sure that you hit the plus, follow, or subscribe button so you don't miss out on any future shows, because on Sunday there is always a new episode coming your way. Of course, you can drop us a 5-star review or leave us a written review, would be smashing, or leave us a WhatsApp message if you want to vocalize your opinion. That is always welcomed. And of course, a big thank you very much for listening. But when it comes to thanks, we've got to thank our fantastic Patreon squad. Nice. Everybody who's on the bronze, the tier, and our favorite members. Each and every one of you are key to this podcast keeping on along the road trip of hopeful success. But thank you very much. We like to drop the names of people on the tier, who are KLXVI, Del Hazard, Spindiana, Laurie Beck, Stephen Norway, CC is Mad, Mac Floof, Saul Halberfield, Lizzie George, Xander Van Driessen, Neonet, Ellen Rushton, James Alexander, Northern Soph, Tom Cattle, Charlie Todd, Robert Wilson, Miss Summer of 69, Malcolm Grinter, Geordie Castell, The Hot Weasel, Shiny IKEA Mum, Tony of Pride, and Jono. Thank you very much for being a part of the silver tier. Thank you very much. But a special shout out to our wonderful gold member who get to enjoy the live shenanigans and chaos and everything that doesn't make it to the actual finished product here on the Tuesday night.
You
guys are, yeah. JB, Kerry and Zachary, Barside 2, Mandy Croft, Mr. Mossam and Mufti. Lovely to have you all on board with us, and thank you very much to each of you for taking your support to the top level. But a big thanks as always. Gold! They might be gold as well, but they are a fantastic admin duo, Sue and Francesco, who are very much key to everything that goes behind the scenes of this podcast and a lot of the planning and preparation for live events and meetups and God knows what. There's so much that they help with. So appreciate each of you guys. Thank you very much. But yeah, rock on forward with the road trip. It's Paris just gone and then Valencia, and we're going forward to 234, boys.
Guys, I've got some good news.
What?
Wow, you better keep a mark in your calendar, because Monday the 28th of July is going to see Kabuto featured on Max Monday.
Yay.
Wow.
Fossil goodness.
I remember Kabuto spawning for, was it GoFest 19 or was it?
I think you're right. Yeah, it was GoFest 19.
Yeah.
Another throwback, though. Boys, more terrible news.
What?
Well, the very next day, the 29th of July, with 2 times Evolving XP, it's Roggenroller Spotlight Hour.
Oh, goodness.
That can Roggenroller on by, and I'll say ciao.
Wow.
Wow, Ian, wow.
But boys, I've got some equally bad news.
Oh, what?
What is it?
If you fancy a chance at getting, is it a yellow horse or a yellow donkey or yellow something or other? It looks a bit strange. It could be red, but Virizion is your raid hour next Wednesday. Don't raid that guy, seriously, please.
There you go. Top tips from the Incense podcast. And on that crushing disappointment, it is time to end this week's show. We hope to see you all guys next week for 234. But until then, good luck with your yellow horse donkey.
Horse donkey?